I've always wanted to dance. I mean, that's the first thing I asked for as soon as I could talk, probably, is that I wanted to dance. I was about 10. We did find somebody who was just new to Philadelphia at that time, and he was very inexpensive, and my mother found the money to have me take lessons. I danced for about 10 years with that studio and did some performing with them. They had a small ballet company in Philadelphia at that time, and I did a lot of Nutcracker and the usual stuff, and then some new and innovative things that our director came up with. Then I decided it was time to go to New York, because that's the place to go. So I established an apartment out in Queens, in Jackson Heights area, and studied during the day, and any audition that came along, I auditioned for. And I made a little show called The Littlest Circus. We toured with that, like locally, Connecticut, New Jersey, that kind of thing, and New York also. My next job was Music Man, and I did that for about a year. That was my first Broadway show. That audition process is probably about the same as it is today. You know, they call them cattle calls. Oh, and you know, and those waiting for those phone calls are like really, really big time. But it was a fun show. It was my favorite show because there are about 5 dance numbers in that show, and it keeps you busy. You're not sitting in the dressing room for a heck of a long time. It's a good show. If I didn't have a good foundation in ballet, I would have never done what I did. Ballet is my first love, but I was married also at a very young age, and in those days, ballet companies toured for about 9 months out of a year, so I could not do a ballet company, although I wanted to. But I switched to Broadway, and because you only go like 6 weeks out of town, and then you're back in New York City, so that kind of worked for me. Now, we've been married for 54 years, so apparently something worked. He was very supportive, and I didn't have to have 6 roommates like a lot of people do. And he supported me when I was not working, which was good also, you know, because a lot of kids, you know, they have to take extra jobs at waitresses and things. I didn't have to do that. You know, I could really concentrate on taking class and improving my skills. You know. Oh, I was very focused. I don't know, you just get up, you do it, you just press on, as Mr. Coward always used to say, press on. So, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I mean, the lessons and the performing, the time was going for children. So that's what kind of determined, I think it's time to have kids. So we had 2 children, we have 2 boys. You know what, I am so proud to have done what I did. And I don't have a real big ego, that kind of thing. But I realize more and more that very few people get to do what I did. And I think as the older I get, the more I realize that. It's like a baseball thing. I can compare it to how many baseball players actually make the majors. Well, how many people actually make Broadway? You know, on the thousands or millions of people out there, you know, wanting to do this. So I feel very special that way that it happened to me. But I had great desire, and I think desire is more than anything else. You have the desire, you can do it. You really love it, you have to love it, otherwise you're not going to do it. Because it's not about money, that's for sure. It's not about money.